This town needs a podcast. There you go. That's the intro. That's the only time I've said it, and I'm not gonna try again. And now, this game is canon.
This game.
And you're going to need a lot of them.
This.
Where is it? I think I've just got it under here as this game is canon. Trailer frustration. There it is. Okay.
Oh,
Favorite gamers. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. It's like a 9-page. Again, I wrote this in like a period of extreme anger at that trailer. I just needed to get it all out. I was intending for this to come out before the first video about the game, but I just the bit in that video where I said the trailer lied and I was really like bent out of shape about that. That's what I wrote this for, and I intended for this to come out first. So I want to just go over this a little bit and run them by you and see if you get what I'm getting at. Just some quotes from the trailer.
Right.
A deep variety of devious mix-ups is something that, like devious back shots, devious lick. Devious is just kind of a meme word at this point. But, like, what does that mean?
I don't...
A mix-up in fighting game terms is like when you are faced with an option, one of them will do something and the other will do another thing. You can only respond in such a way that negates one of them and the other will hit you. Yeah. It's like a mid-low mix-up is like the easiest thing to say, because if it's a mid-low mix-up, then you either have to stand block and take the mid or the low will hit, or crouch block and the low will be blocked or the mid will hit. And you have to choose which of those things you respond to. That's like the idea of a mix-up. What in this game is like that? This is like suggesting that the game is going to be like a fighting game, or that it's going to be like a good game with a good combat system. It suggests that you have multiple ways of blocking things. It doesn't make sense under any context, and like I think it said that Majima could do the mix-ups. So what is that supposed to mean? The enemies have different ways of blocking? It's like, it doesn't make sense. This works for like a game like Sifu, I would say, where that combat system, there are like different ways of blocking and parrying different attacks. But it doesn't work for a Yakuza game, and it never has. So why did they do that? God, that's so much. I wrote so much for that. Here we go. Oh, in so much of the trailer, all of the battle UI elements are turned off. Oh. Which you can't do in the game. Yeah. You can only turn off the UI in the overworld. As soon as you get into a fight, all of the health bars come back in. You cannot turn those off. But in the trailer, all of them are turned off, except for there's one clip where a boss health bar is on the bottom. Which means they couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. And so they just said, screw it, just leave it in the game, don't let them do it at all, because we can't figure out how to make it work. Wow. That is what I think happened. That is genuinely what I think happened. And that's why you're not allowed to turn off the enemy, you're not allowed to turn off the HUD during fights. Wow. It's because they could not figure out how to do it. But they did it in the trailer, though. So, whatever. Deliver juggles and air combos that generously reward your creativity. What air combos? You have 2! There are 2 combos you can do! You can't get creative with it, because, like, juggles, you could say, reward creativity by, like, switching styles or, like, going for dodge attacks with it. I've seen some incredible things that you can use to juggle enemies in, like, Lost Judgment. And even in Gaiden, there are a lot of things. Like, the jet shoes. Using that to continue a juggle if you knock an enemy too far away and, like, zooming toward them. It's cool. Yeah. It's really cool to see, and it rewards creativity. There's nothing like that in this game. No. There's no way of doing anything like that. And especially the air combos. What creativity? There's like 3 launchers.
So like one thing you can do and then like they're down.
Down. Exactly.
So
it doesn't make sense. Oh my god, I'm still talking about that? The super armor and shit?
Why is she still talking?
Oh my goodness. I'm just talking about like the super armor is like the opposite of rewarding creativity because like it forces you to stop doing what you're doing. uppercut mashing? They say uppercut mashing in the trailer? Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna read this bit out. Okay, this isn't a complaint with the trailer specifically, but I find it really funny that in that Goku Doni video where he defended Pirate Yakuza's combat in a really odd and counterintuitive set of ways, he specifically mentioned that the way this game and Gaiden works discourage and make impossible the act of combo spamming and juggle spamming, when this trailer literally encourages you to spam the uppercut and by extension the other charge moves. No shade towards him, of course, I just can't help but note the irony. Now, if Snowy has said something like this, on the other hand, that's a different story. I did write that part, but it's still true. It's so funny to me that the trailer is both saying that this is a deep and complex combat system, also just mash.
Yeah.
Just do shit. Also, here we go. If you feel the tides turning, then use the dark instruments. Okay, here we go. This is the first, like, big actual lie. I did show this in the video. This is, okay. So, the guy is losing the fight, the Jason fight is what it is. And he's wearing the pirate outfit because that's what you're wearing. And then it cuts to Majima in that same environment, like, on that part of Rich Island, using a dark instrument. You can't do that. Because you can't have Sea Dog style at that part of the game. You haven't unlocked it yet.
Right.
And even if you did, you have to go through the whole side quest just to get the other instruments. He shows all of them off there, all on Rich Island, suggesting that at that point in the story, you can do that. But you can't. And it suggests that maybe at some point in the game they were going to allow that.
Yeah.
But you can't. It's lying. It is just a lie outright.
At that point, when you unlock them, why would you ever want to go back there?
Exactly. And you can only fight Jason the once. Maybe they were saying that you could, like, rematch him later on. It's like something that you could hypothetically do. But it's, yeah. And I wonder if that's specifically why you have to wear the pirate outfit for that part. Is because, like, of the trailer lie. Because you're in Mad Dog, and hypothetically, you could switch styles and switch your outfits, you know? You know?
Yeah.
And it's like... whatever. There's... dark instruments. Lightning fast swaps.
Ooh.
The style swapping in this game is so slow. You've seen the anime... like, obviously you've seen the animation.
Yeah.
It is so slow. Have you seen style swapping in Lost Judgment?
Yeah, it's like...
It's not like that. It's
oh, yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
Right.
That is how fast it is. It is literally that fast. If you mash through, you can go through all 4 of them and back around to the one in less than a second.
Wow.
It takes at least a second to swap style. No, it doesn't take a full second to swap styles in Pirate Yakuza, but it takes a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about Lost Judgment is how fast the style switching is, and it's just not true in Pirate Yakuza. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I've got a little bit here. I want to read this bit also. This is, again, why I think that this trailer was specifically made in response to fan speculation and critiques of the trailers shown up to that point. Because here's the thing. This sounds like the exact sort of detail someone would notice and point out, starting a perhaps trivial discussion on Reddit initially, but it could easily snowball into some horrible online discourse RGG wouldn't want sullying the reputation of their new game before it's even out. But to combat this narrative, they didn't speed up the animation, they just had a cool sounding voice tell you that the style swap animation's really fast, we swear, and I guarantee you that convinced at least one person that their eyes were wrong. And again, I still think that.
Wow.
It's, here we go, here's an innocuous thing, apparently. Oh my goodness. There's a clip showing off a sample combo you can perform, but if you count out loud the parts where the style switch animation isn't happening, it's 6 seconds. They use the style swap animation to make the combo look longer in the trailer. Oh my god. Wow. That or they're playing on easy. Wait, did they say pilot's license what for? There's no way that they say that. There's no way they say that.
Wow.
Okay. I guess they're just showing off the jump, and I'm talking about how jumping was in the previous games and blah, blah, blah. But I think they literally do say, like, the pilot's license joke. That is from that Bubsy game from, like, 2017. The pilot's license? What for?
Oh, yeah.
While you're, like, gliding.
Yeah.
And it's really funny to think that they stole that line from a Bubsy game.
Wow.
So, here we go. A small moment. A tiny clip. Oh, yeah, just showing how much damage they're upgraded in the trailer.
Oh.
Like a bench does like a full like full health bar and a half in like 2 hits.
Wow.
Here we go. They call Majima. They say the Yakuza once known as the patron saint of pain. And I had a whole thing for this because this is insane. It is genuinely insane. I have no idea. They've never called him that. Majima has never been called the patron saint of pain. So I went back to Yakuza 3. And in the PS3 version, Yakuza 3, Majima is referred to in his pre-fight build-up as the One-Eyed Demon King, the Mad Dog of Shimano. Oh my god, I got fucked up there because I'm brainwashed. I'm brainwashed by all these new Yakuza fans. The One-Eyed Demon King, the Mad Dog of Shimano, and the Emperor of the Arena. Oh no, that's the original. That's like in the Japanese version. That's what he's called. The One-Eyed Demon King, the Mad Dog of Shimano, the Emperor of the Arena. In the PS3 version, they just didn't translate the last one. So he's still the One-Eyed Demon King and the Mad Dog of Shimano. But in the remaster, they gave him the One-Eyed Demon King, the Mad Dog of Shimano, and the Patron Saint of Pain. So that one time in the remaster of Yakuza 3, they completely ignore the original text and give him a different nickname. That is what they reference in the trailer.
Wow.
I have to wonder if the Japanese audience was confused by that. Or if they even saw that one. So like, huh? He was never called that. Oh my god. What did I say here? Now, I don't want to make this into the video where I verbally massacre Scott What's-His-Face for putting the Yakuza series in a headlock and butchering the translations of the games 0 through Lost Judgment to the extent that I can literally no longer trust a single word of the subtitles. But your day will come, Scott. Oh, maybe it will. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Okay, here we go. Simple to pick up, deep as the ocean, with a skill ceiling higher than a crow's nest. This is the one that got me the first time I was watching the trailer. I was like at work. I think the direct dropped and like Mr. Of My Seat was watching it. Yeah. I love that I call it. That's like Mr. Big. Yeah. Only Radical Soda calls him Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
Mr. Big. No, he was watching that and I tuned into the live stream to like watch that in the chat. And I heard that line, and I remember I chatted, like, no one... Are they lying? No one thinks it's going to be that. That sounds like a thing that they added because people on Twitter were saying that. And it's like... Oh my god, do I have the thing? Yeah, like them, like, removing player expression. This was never a problem in the previous games. People didn't and don't come to Yakuza for a deep and intricate combat system. Or they didn't before Lost Judgment, when they proved that they were able to make one. And it was at that point that people did start to view the games in those eyes. Because no damages had been happening before that point. Like, for a couple of years, I want to say. Yeah. But Lost Judgment is where, like, the big tech started coming out for the previous games. Like, the style switching and shit, like, people were doing Kiwami Godspeed combos before that point, I think. But after Lost Judgment is where all of the big discoveries for the previous games had come out. And of course, that's when people started lapping Lost Judgment and realizing how insane the combo game in that game is. And the juggles and shit, and how you can, like, extend things for really long. You can incorporate wall attacks and things. And so, here we go, yeah. Imagine you're in charge of marketing at Sega, working with RGG Studios to sell their newest game that pushes no boundaries and is mostly built off the previous one. But your core audience, or at least your loudest audience, has taken notice of the fact that your system is basically 3 steps removed from infamous that your system is basically 3 steps removed from infamous game churn outers like EA Sports titles and Ubisoft.
Ooh.
The system being the RGG, like, slot machine, basically. They also really want a game like that one they got a few years ago that happens to be entirely out of budget and acceptable time slots for this game to be. They will not get that game, but you want to sell them that game. What do? You go on social media and notice that there's a big uptick in people complaining about player freedom and expression in your previous brawler, and a similarly vocal audience that noticed some things they didn't like in your previous trailer efforts. Then you write a new trailer that addresses all of those concerns, assures your audience that all of their prayers will be answered in the newest exciting installment in the Like a Dragon series. The installment that's on a Gaiden budget and schedule and will in no way live up to those promises. But that's alright, because you also said they can get New Game Plus for free this time, and that means that a lot of fans will forgive your inability to give them the very least that you could possibly manage for 2 games now, 3 in Japan, because 7 didn't have New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Enough will be brought into this hype to boost your pre-order sales, certainly your day 1 sales, and those true believers will work to convince others of their truth that you sold them. Even if they can't convince a lot of people, they will turn the conversation from one of critical analysis to one of self-hatred, a fandom consuming itself in their insane, dire need to have the best game of all time release every year, every time that RGG Studios puts out a new product. Not every fan is like that, in fact, most of them aren't, but enough of them are talking as though they are, that in reality, it doesn't matter that they're a vocal minority. They make up a passionate part of the fan base, and the ones who silently buy the game and have their own opinions make up the monetary part. Put those together, and you have a healthy buyer and install base from which to gather the funds to fill your boss's fat, bulging pockets, and maybe put a third of it towards building the next game. This game is canon.
Ooh.
So yeah, there you go. That's what I wrote down. I was in a bad mood writing this script. Holy shit, that got like insanely dark.
Wow.
So yeah, there you go. It's a very how do you do fellow kids trailer. It entirely consists of RGG trying to be part of their audience's in-jokes, but without any of the understanding that a lot of those jokes are made lovingly at their flaws. The fans who really care about these games go along with the jokes in the hopes that we get to look back on them and laugh, knowing we've risen above them. Not in the hopes that RGG notices and starts reusing the bubber bullets, and starts reusing the rubber bullets twist, but somehow worse. Which they've already done. That fucking toy knife.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. That's what I wrote down.
Wow.
And I agree with like all of that. Holy shit! I wish that I'd been able to make this into a video, but people would have hated that. If I just made a whole video complaining about a trailer and just getting like really hopeless and shit, people would have hated that. I'm glad I was able to not do that.
Wow.
But yeah, there you go.
That is actually something about the.
That is actually something.
Is it just me? Or is it just me?
It is certainly,
you.
Anyway.
But, it's a thing I noticed about what you said about...
Could you give me the battery, by the way? Still plugged in, right?
Oh my god.
Is it?
Yes. I just noticed it's just been dangling.
Oh my god.
Because it fell down.
The cord is really good then.
But like with
Thank
the
you.
whole...
And it's full.
Wow.
The full what?
The whole in on the joke thing.
Yeah.
Everything is so scared of being laughed at, or I think I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat with this, because Shadow the Hedgehog in 2005.
What about it?
Scared everyone so much because of how scared Sonic team and the whole Sonic franchise to what it became of in like the early 2010s with the meta era.
Yeah.
And I think with everything else, because of how afraid everything is to be taken so seriously, and being like afraid that it'll be called like self-important edgy bullshit or something, that it has to always be feeling like it has to be in on the joke, or like not taking itself too seriously.
Yeah.
Like it always has to like be a joke or something, because
if it's not a joke, then everyone else is gonna think it's a joke.
Because you've seen all those comments saying like, "Why are you taking this so seriously? Why?"
It's a funny Blue Hedgehog game.
It's a funny Majima Pirate game.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah.
That's to say, like, it affects everything. It's like everything. Everyone is so scared of having to resort to Sincerity. People are so scared of Sincerity and having to resort. They have to become their own meta era. Like, we're in everything meta era.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, that's what I've said this before, like to Emma. I think the whole of society, it feels like, is buried under so many layers of irony where we are now. Like, I know, like, obviously, like, up through, like, 2015, I want to say we were in the Sincerity era of internet humor, which, like, funny equals random XD, whatever. You could say what you want. 2016 to 2019, I'd say we were in the irony phase. 19 to 21, I'd say post-irony. And then from, like, post-pandemic onward, we've been in, like, the post-irony.
I'd say we are now back to that lol random XD humor, but we don't want to admit it.
Exactly. But the thing is that I think is the post irony. I think that's just where it is at this point. Because we are only able to laugh at things by first viewing it through a lens of this is not funny, then through a lens of this is actually funny, but then through the third one through the lens of it's so stupid that I find this funny. And if I start thinking about it, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
It's so it's just so inherently toxic. People, I said that thing about, like, the self-hatred, like, the fan base kind of eating itself. It feels like the whole internet is eating itself at this point. People are so scared to just, like, laugh genuinely at something that is actually funny.
So we are so afraid of being cringe.
People are terrified of being cringe. And I opened that can of worms just a smidge talking about S&T and, like, Sonic X Season 4. I love cringe. Alright? You fucking people? You listening? Is this mic on? Hello? I love cringe. I love fan content. I love fan fiction. I love fan art. I love expressions of people about the things that they love. And I hate that so much of the internet is specifically dedicated to making people afraid to express themselves.
You, like...
Cringe? Am I an android too?
It's like, we shouldn't have to be, though, because, like, but...
Yeah, people should just be allowed to like what they like.
Let's say we gotten, like, the mantra of, like, being cringe is the worst thing you can be.
Kill the part of you that cringes.
Let's say, not the part of you that is cringe.
Yeah. I'm cringe, and that's based. I'll never be based, and that's not cringe.
And, like, because you know who has been able to move past this? Sonic. Of all fucking things, Sonic has somehow managed to, like, rise out of irony. Do you know what we've seen in, like, the Sonic 3 trailer that people have, like, immensely cheered at? Shadow on a bicycle holding a gun. People liked that. We liked that because
it's cool.
It's cool. We thought it was cool back then. We hated that we thought it was cool. We can grow out of it and say, I think that's pretty cool.
You can.
You can if you think that's cool.
And you know what else people liked from the actual movie? People liked Shadow being, like, sad and angry that his human friend had died from military incompetence. Mm-hmm. People liked this little weird freaky hedgehog creature having an emotional journey. People liked Donkey Kong having daddy issues. Nostalgia critic.
People don't like that.
They don't like that?
It's like just on Doug's point of that. It's like people don't want that. We don't want sincerity from these two characters because why would you want that? Why would you want character growth? Why would you want a reason these characters will get along later?
Why would you want a story?
Why would you?
They're dumb. A story would be bad, and if we put in a story, then it'll be bad. So anything we put in is automatically fine.
Yeah. Why do you care so much about these characters? Why do you care? Why are you gay?
Yeah, you should care. Anyone that's listening to this, I imagine you care a lot. That's the only way you could get this far into a video like this. That's the only way you could be subscribed to this channel at this point, is if you care. And I'm really glad that there are, like, 2,000 people at this point that care.
Whether you, like, make, like, a fan thing that's like either has like a real high budget, you have like a voice cast, a script, and like effects and sound
I
stuff.
do hate that because I want to do the voices. Don't get a voice cast for your fan comic.
You either have that, or you just have yourself and editing character like text over pictures of the characters to know which one is talking. While you may either have like not have a high budget and high like
I wish there was a name for that. You have to just like describe what it is. If you make another Sonic X Season 4,
you may not have the budget, but the thing that both things have is that you care. It all comes from the place that you care about something. With Sonic X Season 4, while that thing may have been like mostly caring about like those Sonic
like weird ships,
let's say like shipping, it's like
he cared.
He cared about that,
and he was still a piece of shit too. By the way, I've said it before. True Love Heart is like a weird guy. He like made fun of someone's like dead dad or something.
Yeah, he like harassed the Sonic.
Yeah, he's one of those like weird Sonic fans.
Say like got onto Sonic Boom and like how they wouldn't do like a Sonami thing.
Yeah,
like
he like wrote hate shit towards like the directors and the actors and things.
Yeah,
right?
It's like
okay. First off, don't fucking hate on actors. They're being directed. They're being given scripts. Hate on the script writers and directors. The actors have literally done nothing wrong unless
do
like
their job.
Except their job,
which is to act and say the lines they have to say.
Yeah,
but like, don't make it out of a place of love and not hate.
Like me. I do everything that I love out of love.
I love Pirate Yakuza game.
I love Yakuza, and that's why I hate Pirate Yakuza. Because it doesn't love Yakuza. It's selling itself on being the next Yakuza because it does not care about being a part of that series.
A whole nother thing about why so much like slop is being made like AI and shit, because that's not a place things made from love. It's made for monetary gain.
Literally.
That's the soulless part of soulless AI slop.
Yeah. Just because people didn't care about it enough to make it.
They care about making a profit.
That's what I've said about like people. People have said of like AI generated movies. I'll say of like AI generated stories or games or whatever. Like I'm not saying that RGG is making those, but if no one cared enough to make it, then why should I care enough to experience it? You have to care about what you're making, or else I will not care to experience what you've done.
I'd say it's like a whole like thing with like AI bros and like with like AI art and stuff. Like they take that, which is like AI stuff is made up of like pre-existing material. They don't want to make something themselves, because if it's like they make a drawing and it's really bad, then people will say like, haha, this drawing sucks. But if they make an AI thing that's pulled from good stuff, then it's like, see, I can make good stuff.
Yeah, and if it sucks, it's the AI's fault.
And like it can't be me that sucks because I didn't make the bad thing.
Did you know that there's like professional prompt writers on Twitter?
I didn't know.
Have you seen that? Like people will like have Grok like, hey Grok, make a wine glass that's half full. And it's like the wine is like only a third full, and someone's like, allow me, gentlemen. Hey Grok, can you construct a circular glass object filled to the brim with a red liquid? And it just doesn't work, and someone's like, allow me. Grok, please create a wine glass, but within the wine glass, color the edges up to about 2/3 of the way full with a red color, and then add some liquid effects within it, and then it just won't work again. Because that's not how it works.
Let's say you can't be like hyper specific with that. You have to be like basic.
You can't make hyper specific images, because otherwise it gets fucked up on all the details.
Like it doesn't know detail.
Yeah. And, like, you're not impressive for writing out, like, it's like those overly verbose memes.
Yeah.
It's like, if young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Like, if my good friend here, known as by some as youthful Metropolis, does not inquire upon you a measure of trust you would put onto any of your friends, I will be forced to unleash and fire my gun upon you, good sir. But yeah. We got into a whole, divulsion again, or diversion.
That's how it happened.
What am I saying?
Distraction.
No, what is the I had this word in my head the other day. What is the word? It's like not diatribe. It was a diatribe. It is digress. We just digressed for like a whole 30 minutes there.
Yep.
anyway, the characters from Majima Pirate Gang, the rich family girls. Mortimer. No, Moana's just nothing, and I wish that Moana was something because she could have been interesting. Would have been nice to get a different perspective than Noah's about the way Jason's treated them, but she literally never talks about that.
Yeah.
And then Naomi should have had a boss fight because she cared about the queen, and she should have had something that meant that she would become on Majima's side other than just her deciding to. But they just don't give her anything. Mortimer. Just gets thrown in as like the sympathetic bad guy who gets redeemed right before he dies. And I think I mentioned this before. It's really upsetting to me specifically that RGG is not rising above that trope specifically, because people have complained about the guy who becomes your friend and then dies instantly.
Yeah.
It's like they refuse to learn from it. They're just leaning into the joke because people think it's funny that it sucks.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way they can cope with being given bad shit. Queen Michelle, excuse me. Again, she's not given any screen time. She's nothing at all. Does she even have a backstory?
She likes pirates.
Why does she like pirates so much? I would have killed for a scene of her just like nerding out about pirates and be like, oh my goodness, look at this little ship.
Yeah.
That would have been like nice to get a little character detail from her like that.
I have to say, the only slightest thing we get from her is the one thing I really think about a bit is like in the scene we were introduced to her. And we got all
the Winnie they rear, that one. Or the one where she's like smoking on her hookah.
Say smoking on her little
she's smoking on top fives.
Yeah.
What top five you smoking on, Michelle? Cause my top five is Joe. She's just sleeping.
But like the scene that with like all the guys dying like to be eaten by sharks.
Yeah.
Is like when like she's watching that and like drool comes out of her.
Are you serious?
Yes, like a little speckle of drool
like,
comes out, and like she like wipes it away. It's like, ugh. Is she like takes some kind of like sexual sadistic pleasure from this?
Because she was like on opium right then. She might have just been like drugged out of her mind.
Yeah,
but either of those would have been interesting.
To say it's like just like weird and kind of gross.
We need more weird and gross villains who don't just like harass women in this series. Like we need more. I hate Kukihara so much, but we need more Kukiharas. We need more people who are just like weird and slimy and gross and like do something. Because I hate Kukihara because he doesn't do anything. Yeah. I want a Kukihara that does something. Like oh my god, there's surely there's a good example of that from Judgment games somewhere. Oh my god, what's his name? Drunk guy from Kenmochi from the Kaito Files is like a weird, like he's always drunk all the time. He like vomits after you fight him both times. He's like constantly slurring his words. He's really hard to take seriously, but he's also just like so inhumanly strong. I want more characters like that, even without all the character details about him that make him cool besides that. I want more like weird fucked up guys. Which, on that note, skipping over Samoa Joe there to the Majima family goes because Minami was just nothing. Minami used to be like one of those like weird little fucked up creature guys. Yeah. I love like his like lip piercing.
Little creatures.
He's my little creature. He makes my penis big.
Minami's a business, a money-making business.
RGG's a business.
Nagoshi looking at all the characters.
That's Yokoyama, because Nagoshi like leaves the building.
Oh, yeah. Nagoshi is Aunt Fig dropping off the characters.
Yeah, exactly. Nagoshi is Aunt Fig. You're dropping yeah, exactly.
Snowy Sizzlick boot.
He is.
We've got to have
review copies.
Sponsors.
Her dad? No, her dad would have to be Nagoshi.
Oh, yeah. So, who's Robin?
Robin is Yakuza.
Oh.
Robin is Kiryu.
I like how there's like analogies of things and like all the animals are just the characters in
I
real
guess.
life.
I'll kidnap, buy, and sell. Runners up and tell him.
I I'm Minami. I'm Nishitani.
You mean
taught!
Nishida?
Oh, yeah.
I'm Nishitani? Why would he be there?
Hey, everyone. Which one is that? I forgot.
Who?
Nishitani.
He was the guy who was like, a buck buys me a minute 40 from Zero.
Oh, yeah.
That knife guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Korean.
Right.
Yeah. So which one is it?
Hey
guys, it's me, Nishtani. It's Nishtani the second.
Yeah.
It's just like this unrelated guy who's just like really nice.
They're just like, hey, how's it going? It's just like some guy's just like,
I'm him now.
Nishitani the second and a half.
The second and a half.
Nishitani, no.
Whoa. Anyway, they were just nothing. Minami and Nishida. Again, I'm so mad and sad that they just didn't turn out to be anything. They didn't get I loved their conversation. Their drink link was so good.
Yeah.
Because it was, again, you got to see mean Majima.
Yeah.
You got to bully Nishida just like he would have. And Minami's like, well, you're going too far there, boss. No, he's not. He would have done that.
Yeah.
He would have done that.
So he would have been like, that's the Majima I know.
Exactly.
I love you, boss.
That's why I was so kind of baffled when I was like, I can't win with you guys. Because that should have been what they wanted. Nishida is literally just a punching bag of a character. He's not meant to be a person.
Yeah.
He's just meant to be there so Majima can bully him. And I miss Minami. I miss cool Minami. The singing. I miss... How come he didn't get a karaoke song? I want to do his version of Kamurocho Lullaby. That would literally be the one base fan service that I would have liked to have.
Because Kamurocho Lullaby...
Give Nishida an insanely good singing voice. Let him do Pure Love and Kamurocho with Moana or Naomi or something.
Yeah. What if there was
They should have done that! They should have had Pure Love and Kamurocho! It would have been hilarious, and it would have given the fans something to like.
Yeah. What if you found that little countryside hideaway, that one Yakuza guy and his little cronies who were going to kill... What?
Yamai?
No, the Yakuza guys who were going to kill the Kamurocho Lullaby guy.
And they went out to the sticks or whatever?
They say after they heard his music, it was like, I'm so inspired by this, I gotta quit the Yakuza business. I'm gonna live my life.
The family all went with him.
Yeah.
We love you, boss!
We love you, boss! This changed my life. We should have found them at some point.
But why would they be in Hawaii?
I don't know. Why would anyone else be in Hawaii?
That's a good question.
Hello, Majima. I'm Mr. Circus Man. These are my circus
Well, he was
animals.
already in Hawaii, though.
Yeah, but why was he in Hawaii before?
Because the international police chased him there? I don't know.
I'm on the run, Ichiban. You gotta hide me right now.
Oh my god. I'm Pro ZD. You gotta get rid of me. Saejima? Do we even need to make a big response saying that no, that whole thing with Saejima was insulting to his legacy and the fans? Because I feel like people didn't really buy when Snowiest and Gokudoni and Devil Leon and fucking Shroob or whatever his name is. It's their little fucking fourth wheel. I'm sorry. That was mean. Yeah, I'm sure he's a wonderful guy. He's a speedrunner. So he's good. He's good in my book. Speedrunning is difficult, and I respect that he speedruns things. I don't think people really bought it when they were talking about how Goro pissing on Saejima wasn't disrespectful to his legacy, because it is. It is really dumb to undercut this big moment for Majima and Saejima both with jokes before and after squarely at his expense.
Yeah.
It just makes him seem pathetic. And to, again, get the only instance in the series of him canonically losing the fight against Majima. They've always been portrayed as mostly evenly matched up to then. To make this the game where he loses. And it's the one where he gets pissed on. And the one where his tattoo gets scratched.
Yeah.
He should care about that.
Yeah.
That's his soul on his back. He should care that tiger scratched it up.
Yeah. It's
it should have been scratched, by the way. There's no decals on it.
No.
Yeah.
Should be
Granted, he punched that sword. Maybe his skin is iron. I don't know. But
It's like it's like that scene in like Ang-Lee's Hulk thing where like those mutant dogs show up. One
oh yeah,
of them,
their
like,
teeth all fall off.
like his bites his shoulder, and because Hulk gets bigger when he gets mad.
Oh, and his like jaw like breaks. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like,
God, that's so gruesome.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Ang Lee? Why'd he do that?
I don't know.
It's like, I liked it. We're animating this.
Animation.
But there's not really anything else to say with Saejima. It's just nothing at all.
Yeah.
It's not Ron.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like,
I didn't even know it wasn't Ron. No one talked about it.
Let's say, I guess that guy did a good job.
I never played it in English, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I had no inkling from like the one line he said in that cutscene.
Weird.
It's weird. It's very weird. I would love because Ron did it in Zero.
Yeah.
Ron was his voice in the flashback.
So weird.
It's like maybe he was busy.
I guess.
I don't know.
Ron, can you phone in these lines, please?
No, I'm too busy.
Well, can you phone in these
No.
lines?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
My Twitch Alright, Masaru. The only thing I can really add to the Masaru discussion is that he was in fact foreshadowed as being a money man, because like I've heard some people talk about like he betrayed us for money, and people were like, "What? Was that even like a character detail? Since when did he like money?" I was like, "Yes, technically they mention in the first chapter that he's a very likes money guy.
Say it's why he left to begin.
Yeah, that's why he left Jason to begin with, is because he wanted to keep sailing for money.
Yeah.
It's like I can believe that." But he should have still been that character between chapters 1 and 4.
Yeah.
Because the fact that the story just kind of stops existing for most of those in-between chapters.
Yeah.
Is like, again, he's just not really much of anything. He's not, like, goofy or funny outside of the Minato girls thing.
He's just creepy then.
Yeah, exactly. He's not even really creepy in between that.
He's like...
He's just, like, kind of bland.
Say this whole thing, I guess when you don't have a character, you can say, I guess, that isn't how he would act, because I don't know how he would act.
Yeah. Talking of Jason, I know how he would act.
I'm having such a good time with you, Jason.
I've seen, like, someone showed me, like, Twitter discussions on, like, how nice and, like, happy the rich family is. And it's like... What game did you play? This is no... that's the thing with me. I can understand, like, oh, you see the characters in a different way. There's no room for discussion. Yeah. There's really not room for discussion in my book. I'm usually open to different interpretations of characters. The only way you could see the rich family as anything less than dysfunctional is if you were not paying attention, or if you come from a damaged household like that. Which sucks to say, and I really hate that I have to put it like that. But I can't see any other way you can look at that family and that person specifically, Jason, and think that things are okay.
Yeah.
Things are not okay. It's
pretty bad.
It is so, like, insulting that he doesn't get the second fight. Because he doesn't even turn around, really.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned, by the way, that when Noah gets kidnapped and, like, they send the picture... And Jason's like, what the fuck, we gotta get him. He's got tape over his mouth. Jason doesn't think, oh my god, he can't breathe.
Oh, yeah.
He has asthma. They are obstructing his airflow. We have to stop them right now. They might kill him inadvertently. It's just, they have my son, let's go get him. He doesn't get anything. He doesn't get his son. He doesn't understand anything about what he needs from the world. Because, like on the one hand, like, oh, the asthma it's not even lethal, it's not even that bad. Taping someone's mouth is still not going to be good for them.
That could still be pretty bad.
Yeah, it could end disastrously. Because he can't use his inhaler, he probably doesn't even have it on him. And he'd just been dragged off and, like, breathing heavy all the way to that point. He should care about that. And the only thing that he ever does about about Noah's asthma in the game is when he has that mild coughing fit on, Nele Island, and he just goes, okay, kid, just breathe. It'll be okay. He can't! How could you say that?
Just buy a house, Noah.
Just get a job.
Just be happy, Noah.
Stop eating avocado toast, you little millennial.
Whatever, boomer.
No!
That's how he got that haircut.
Exactly, because he wanted to be cool and young.
I took a potion. Now I am stuck with this hair forever. I can't get it shaved.
That sucks.
I wear this cap back.
Speaking of things that suck, Noah.
Oh, yeah.
Is there even anything else to discuss? I still can't believe I was so patient with him for like the entire game up until that moment where he was like, "You're so cool, Captain!"
Yeah.
And I just like exploded.
Yeah.
God, what a fucking shitty character. He doesn't bring anything to the table. And I can't believe you're the one that noticed it and I didn't. But like, he's so street smart.
Yeah.
Why does he know things? Why is he so capable?
Shouldn't know things.
He shouldn't know anything. He should be super naive. And like, I get he's talked to sailors, but then he should act like a little sailor when he's trying to act like grown up and cool.
Yeah.
Instead, he's just like, we should torture him for information.
Yeah.
I'm gonna act like you didn't say
pretend
that.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I don't really know about that.
But is there anything even new to say about Noah?
No.
Majima's next, but you know who I didn't put on here? Rodriguez,
Oh.
Shigaki,
Oh.
the two like other main characters in the game.
Yeah.
What a waste of potential with Rodriguez. It would have been so interesting to actually have a Haku like talking about Polycana and about Bryce, and like his dad's like 200 years old. He's gonna have an interesting thing to say about that.
Yeah.
Instead, he's just like not even
dad.
anything. Like he's just like the stoic guy.
Yeah.
And
We could hold a coup against you. We could betray you.
I know a bluff when I see one. Yeah, you're right. Dink. He gives him the sword too. He doesn't just take it out and put it away. He puts it on the table.
Yeah. It's like
He like lies. He gets into position.
search you up.
Bang. My famous rubber bullets.
Like bounce
It's
off
like
the
bouncing
walls
around
right
the
onto his
room,
head.
only hitting his head. He looks like a little a squash afterwards.
He's got a little
Stem.
little stem.
They hang
His
him
head
on the
is-
wall
Yeah.
like a coat. But
Like chop his head off, and then he's like that little like shrunken head thing in like Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
We got to get going, man.
Why does his accent change?
That's what happens.
Is that when you happen when you get turned into a shrunken head?
Yeah.
Dang. But Rodriguez is just nothing, and that sucks because I would have wanted him to be something. He got one of the cool moments.
Yeah.
Like his fight with that QTE where Majima stands on the sword, and it's like actually vaguely interesting.
Yeah.
Shigaki, on the other hand, just shouldn't have been in the game.
I say he's less than nothing.
He's less than nothing. He doesn't contribute anything. He just like stabs Jason for no reason, and then he's fine.
Because he was going to.
Majima literally goes from saying, "I'm gonna cut off all your fingers and toes because I'm like a Yakuza but worse," to saying that the Yakuza would never let an innocent person die. You know, and that's like why Shigaki should not let Moana die.
Yeah.
It's like the game has no idea what it's talking about.
I don't think they ever knew what they were talking about with Yakuza.
No, but now that we're on... No, but we have to talk about Samoa Joe still.
Oh.
He's just nothing. And I love that he like brings up like concentration camps or something. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I'll do anything for money. Anything can be bought and sold with the right oil. I literally wish he was just like a prospector or something. There should have been oil on Nele Island. Wouldn't that have been an interesting twist? If it seems like he's hunting for the treasure the whole time, but if he gets to the island and he just like marks a spot and they start digging and oil starts coming out of the ground.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I never cared about your pirate treasure. Do you see how valuable this island is? It's full of treasure. And that would have been like a cool like distinction of like between old and new pirates.
Yeah.
Because like Majima just wants things that can no longer be claimed and they can just be taken by whoever finds them. Whereas he's trying to harvest natural resources from this land. And they could continue that thing started in Infinite Wealth. You know? There are so many very easy ideas the story could have taken that they just don't. I don't understand how you can have no ideas. Because that's the thing. They didn't even have bad ideas. They just had no ideas.
Yeah. It's like
the Null Space, the game.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Because every good idea I've had about this game is just spitballing. Like that, oh, Shigaki is definitely betraying us because he's the one who threw us off the boat, and he's working with the Haku, and he's just pretending to be on our good side. Or like oh, Jason's going to end up being the final boss because he'll want it for himself or something, or blah, 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 blah. Literally any excuse that turns Jason into the final boss is an improvement. Or like the thing I just said with like him being a new age pirate by wanting like oil instead of actual treasure.
Yeah.
Any idea for this game's story is better than the actual story that we got.
Yeah.
And I guess on that note, Majima, have I told you that quote that they said about why Majima is the way he is in this game?
No.
I think it was Yokoyama that said it. Maybe it might have been someone else talking about how Majima is not a good protagonist because he will act in ways that the player would not want him to, because he's so crazy that he'll just do whatever he wants. The player wouldn't want that because that wouldn't be the player's choice. So they only had two options to turn Majima into a person who will only do what the player wants him to do, and that's time travel or amnesia. I don't know what the hell that even means. How does time travel turn Majima into a guy that will only do what we want? But two, this idea that Majima can only be a protagonist if he does things we want him to do is one, wrong. The whole thing that I've liked about Yakuza 6 is that Kiryu does things that are not good because they make for a more dramatic story, and making bad choices is a part of a story.
I say that's character.
Two, who says that Majima's a bad protagonist because he's random? Majima's been a protagonist twice now, and parts of both of those stories, and sub-stories more importantly, are him doing things we wouldn't have expected him to do in that moment. Like him killing his former family members. You just be like, oh, alrighty!
Yeah.
Or like helping out that guy and chasing down that zombie. You wouldn't have thought he would do that. You wouldn't think he'd go along with it. But then he just does it anyway because he feels like it, I guess.
And the zombie cure guys.
Exactly.
Say
Or get the letting them die and things.
Say we'll help you, we'll give you back your money if you just help us. Okay. And he helps them, and then
they get caught again.
Let's say another zombie horde comes in and it's like, Majima, you gotta help us. And he's like, why? I already got my money back and then some. I shouldn't have to help you anymore. It's
no.
And they die, and it's like, oh well. It's like, God, it's like, too slow for that.
Majima. But
he's allowed to be evil.
He
kind of
should
evil.
be allowed to be evil. This whole game suffers for Majima not being an actual bad person. Everything in the first chapter is setting up Majima having to, reconcile with being a bad person. And then he just never does. And that's the thing, too. How come at no point in the story did he, actually do something bad? Because, part of it, too, is that they sanitize the pirate part of it so much.
Yeah.
Like you were saying before, it's like, oh, I guess I'll just take this. It's no one else's. They specify that it is stolen loot. And instead of him saying, I'll try to get this back to who had it first, it's just mine now.
Yeah.
And he's still not a bad person for that, apparently. Pirates back in the day used to protect people and save people. And that essayist guy who writes essays talked about how, they might have been trying to go for privateers who were basically pirates on UK's dollar, basically. They were being paid by the crown to go out and fight actual pirates and reclaim stolen goods and resources for the crown, things like that.
Yeah.
But they're just pirates that are being paid to do something specific. They're still not good people.
Yeah.
And oftentimes when the money runs out, they just go back to piracy. Or if a war starts and ends and a country's in a worse off position, they'll just be like, oh, maybe I'll go over to those guys now.
Yeah.
Because pirates are not good people. And it's not that pirates became bad people. Because they're trying to make it like the Yakuza. They're trying to say that the Yakuza started out wanting to help the community and then turned into criminals. Pirates never started out wanting to help anybody.
Oh.
Literally, the Village of Heretics thing of like oh my god, they slaughtered a whole village. Yes, they slaughtered a whole village. They're pirates.
Yeah.
Also, like, why are we calling them heretics? Are they Palikana? Were they like an early version of that native Hawaiian religion? Why are we only referring to them in this like weird, like outdated language? No one calls like oh my god, what? Not pagan. I guess it would technically be pagan. No one calls pagan religions heresy anymore. That is like well and truly out of the vernacular. It does not make sense for them to like only refer to that place in that way. And we never get to see it. We never get to like have to reconcile with the actions of the pirates. It's just, oh, it's over here. Let's go over here and bomb a cave now. It does not make sense that the pirate everything is sanitized to the extent that it is. And it does not make sense that Majima would not once actually go for the bad pirate stuff. Because he might want to do that. Because the amnesia thing, it just doesn't work. Because, like, he forgets who he is. But even if we're talking about, like, scientifically accurate amnesia, he should still have the same personality. He should still be Majima. But he's not Majima. Yeah. Because all he does is act like Ichiban. He just acts like a generic anime shonen MC. Which, spoiler fucking alert, that's what Ichiban is at this point. Yeah. He was already kind of that in 7, but he had a little bit of personality. Now he just doesn't. Now Majima just is that, but he's louder and ruder. Sometimes. Yeah. Other times he's not. It's like... It's just nothing. He's just nothing. I guess that's it for that? Alright. Story talk time. Okay. Story time. Story. So chapter 1, I've got a whole video about chapter 1. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Do you have anything to add about chapter 1?
Let's see. Not really, no.
Excellent. Chapter 2. Just all tutorials. Yeah. Right? Like, you go to Nele, but even then, the way to Nele is just the pirate ship tutorials. Yeah. You get there, you talk for like 5 seconds, go to Atlantis, baseball tutorial. Then you go to Honolulu, every other tutorial in the whole game. Like, the fortunes, by the way. The working with the bounty hunters. I could get bounty hunting being like a piratey thing to do, but why are we explicitly working with the cops? That is the only time that the police exist in this game. Yeah. Because many other people have brought up, and I can't believe I never considered this. How come the Coast Guard just doesn't exist? Oh. How come pirates are just allowed to, like, be out and, like, bombing civilian hotels and, like, have this whole den of debauchery out in the middle of nowhere? I get Michelle is rich. And she, like, pays off world leaders or whatever to let her do what she does. Is she paying them all to overlook the scores of pirates out, like, plundering shit in the middle of nowhere? Yeah. Because it's not international waters. It's still, like, Hawaiian waters, I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they specify whether it's international waters at some point. But that just never becomes a problem. Of all the games where the police don't exist, this is the one where it doesn't make any sense. Whereas in other games, the police existing and doing what they do is sometimes, like, for the worse. Like, in Yakuza 2, the whole thing of, like, having to attach Kaoru to Kiryu is, like, a really limp excuse for her being there the whole game. Because she never, like, reports to anyone about what he does. She never actually exercises her authority except for, like, 2 instances. And it's just kind of a waste of a character trait. Like, why does she have to even be a police officer in the first place if she's not going to do anything with it for most of the game? Julie's Gearworks. Why did I even why is Julie's Gearworks still a thing? Why did she buy out the place in 7? Does no one care about that? Literally, didn't that girl have, like, hopes and dreams and shit. Like, it was her dad's shop, and it was already, like, under, like, hounding from debt collectors and shit.
Yeah.
And Ichiban, like, fights them off so that she can still keep the property, and then she just loses it anyway?
Yeah.
Why? That's, like, that sucks. She's, like, one of the few characters in 7 I actually paid attention to the story of. Like, I cared about her and her shop a little bit by the end of that game.
Yeah.
And now Julie just is the new person, and she's not even interesting. She's just like a freak.
Yeah.
She's just like a weird sex pest.
Yeah.
Great.
Jesus, Parker, you
Okay.
are a freer.
What happened in Chapter 2? What is the story that happened in Chapter 2 after we got back to Honolulu? What happened?
I don't remember.
I don't either. That I literally just put that here because I wanted to see if we could come up with an answer. It's where we get our crew from Atlantis, and then we go back, but we fight Keith before we leave, right?
Before leaving for Honolulu?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do we do when we get back? Just do the Coliseum?
I guess.
Because the Devil Flags is in Chapter 3. That tutorial with, like, the girl and the Pharaoh Stone.
Yeah.
So what happens in Chapter 2?
You, like, go to...
Is that when Noah gets kidnapped? Is that in Chapter 2?
No.
Are you sure? When do we get the key from Queen Michelle? Like, the sword that lets us go to places. I think that's in Chapter 2. And Noah gets kidnapped after that.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
What time are you planning to get food? Because I'm going to take a shower. You're not leaving soon.
We are not leaving soon, I don't think. We could also pause this and go ahead and get food. Do you think we should do that?
Say, I don't know how much longer this is gonna be.
Sorry if you guys were recording.
No, it's all good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pause this. End communication. Boom. Hey guys, we're back.
Don't you remember Lightning? You was there too.
We are back. It's like we were never gone. We were just gone for like 3 hours. We got dinner. So,
I wonder what's for dinner.
I wonder. Now we're chilled out. Maybe we'll be a little better now.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were talking about what even happens in Chapter 2. I don't care anymore. I don't care about that anymore. I don't want to talk about that anymore. So Chapter 3. Saejima, his whole thing happens in Chapter 3. One thing that the spoiler cast pointed out that, again, I didn't even think about. They say that Saejima's coming tomorrow, but it's like 3 days until he gets there. So, like, I just chalked that up to, like, writing. They probably wrote the story and then inserted all of the optional shit in the story after that.
Yeah.
Like, the going to Atlantis had to happen somewhere. The going to Honolulu for tutorials had to happen somewhere. I think that they just kind of inserted those willy-nilly wherever they would fit, and it ended up just dilating time to the point where it no longer even makes sense that anything happens.
Yeah.
And we talked about Saejima's whole whatever with the tiger and things earlier. I didn't talk about Goro in the character list.
Well.
Oh well. So we talked about all that earlier. And can you scoot closer to the mic, maybe? So I don't think we need to discuss that again, do you think?
No.
Or is there anything else surrounding Saejima's existence in this game that you want to mention? Red elephant like Donald Trump.
I guess to point on more of how dumb the whole Japanese words in English text is.
Oh yeah. Oh, like the Kyodai shit. I swear to God, they were inconsistent with it.
That's just saying.
Sometimes they would call each other Kyodai, and sometimes they wouldn't. It reminded me so much of the TV show. Yeah. How they would call it, say Tojo Kai sometimes, and Clan other times.
I think it's just a thing in general that's been happening, like just bringing in Japanese words in English.
Who could have guessed that when you rush the localizations, they turn out worse? Who could have guessed? Maybe the older games had particularly good translations because they got like a whole year to do that.
Yeah.
Man. But, okay, I get to actually talk about this with my brain now. The rocks around the old man's house. Like, the whole thing, we go out there and we go, oh, there's all these rocks around there. I never actually, like, got to talk about it in the Let's Play because I was so concentrated on what was actually happening.
Yeah.
But why was it weird that there were rocks?
Because that's Chekhov's gun, Jack.
Like, I get it, Chekhov's gun, like, we need to point out that the rocks are, like, the whale rocks or whatever. But it's not unusual for there to be rocks.
There'd be no other way they could point that out.
I know it was a clearing, and that maybe it's weird that the rocks were there, but they could have pointed out, like, oh, all these rocks are, like, above ground.
Literally just have, like, Noah or Majima trip on one of them and be like,
They did.
a whole lot of... What?
They did.
They did?
Yes, that's what happened. Noah trips on it, they're like, oh, there's a lot of rocks around here. But there are a lot of rocks in the forest.
Oh.
So it still doesn't make sense.
Oh, well. I guess it
Like, there's
work.
no way to draw attention to them without being really obvious with it.
Yeah.
Because it's not weird for there to be rocks. Rocks are not a weird thing. Oh, who put these rocks here?
I did.
Oh yeah, and I added just as a little thing, Rodriguez's wasted potential. I think I intended for that to be where I remember he exists.
Oh.
Since I didn't put him in the character list. But yeah, just so much wasted potential with Rodriguez. Like, nothing is done with the Haku. There's like one bit where they talk about how they're like still like true believers and Bryce's shit, even though they shouldn't be. But they never point out the fact that they shouldn't be because Bryce was like a big hypocrite liar guy.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you point out that struggle on their part and not point out the fact that they're the ones who've also been duped? Like, hypothetically, these are the people that were, like, training those children, or, like, killing themselves and each other for Bryce. Like, Tommy's friend that sucked down the cyanide and, like, died with those other three guys. And it's like, they don't really do anything with that. I would think that they would have compared them to the Jingguan, you know, but I guess Ichiban doesn't even know about them. Jungi Han should know about that. Did he not have anything to say about that? Was he even there at that point in the story?
Don't know.
I feel like he should have been. Again, there's things that they could have done with the Haku in Infinite Wealth and this game that they just didn't really do.
Yeah.
And it confuses me as to why they even exist in the first place. If they're just like this other faction of like people and we're not gonna do anything with them other than say they're the stronger bad guys. It's weird. They're like the samurai in the Osaka castle. They just exist also.
Right.
And supposedly they're in there. Like, did those guys stay in the castle when it goes like underground and shit? Did they just live there?
It's like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse thing. Like,
Have
how
they
it
ever seen the
disappears
sun?
and goes into
Yeah,
the
it goes
ground.
under the
It's like, what happens when
ground.
you stay in there? It's like, ah!
Well,
It does. You can't come back up until.
that's the thing though. So, like, the house unforms itself, but like that castle just goes down.
Yeah.
So do they like have a way out? Is there like a staircase in the back?
I don't know.
Huh. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about in chapter 3 because I don't remember anything else. Like, did anything? Oh, the slow walk moment happened in chapter 3.
Oh.
It's like the
The
Monsters Inc. walk.
Yeah.
God. Like, how did anyone like this game? How did anybody like this game when that kind of shit was happening constantly? Chapter 4. Mortimer's bullshit bonanza. That's just what I put down for there. This Buccaneer bullshit. God, what all happened in the course of trying to fight Mortimer? Because like it was the first thing that happened is you had to like beat like that first fight or two, and then you had to the Canon after that, right? So you go off and do the Keith and Jack Canon thing. I'm not even going to talk about Keith and Jack. They're not in the character list for a reason. They're not characters. But you do the Canon thing, you get back, and then you have to go and fight Samoa Joe's goons, right?
Yeah.
And you have a whole conversation with him about like diamonds getting ground into dust or whatever. And then you go back and Masaru betrays you. So you have to go do the whole thing with Masaru. and then you're allowed to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely do not know whether chapter 2 or 4 is more padded. Because the thing is... Excuse me, bonehead. People, when they talk about this game being padded out, people only talk about chapter 2. People only... Like, well, they'll say, like, oh, chapter 2 is, like, oh, the padding chapter. Is chapter 4 not the more obvious padding chapter? You get, like, I can't tell if I'm, like, insane for being as pissed off as I am by that sequence of events. Because the game tells us we have to fight Mortimer, and then it just, like, takes its sweet-ass time and makes it seem like it's not even a thing we have to do.
Yeah,
It's like, the actual fight is so overshadowed by all the shit that happens right before it. Once again, I think it's a consequence of that writing. Like, they wrote the base idea for the story first and had to shove all the shit in between major story beats. It's like the Masaru thing had to go before that because otherwise the death of Mortimer doesn't make any sense, and his redemption moment doesn't make any sense. The thing with Samoa Joe wouldn't work after that fight because you leave right after the fight because you're finally allowed to go without the bounty, so that had to go before. And even the Canon thing with Keith and Jack, those guys never even appear again for the entire rest of the game. So I guess they needed an excuse to fight them one last time. So that had to go before Mortimer also. Like, it doesn't make any sense the way that they paced all that out. Oh yeah, the entire cave battle happened in chapter 3.
Oh yeah.
But I don't have anything to say about that other than the fact that that cage drops out of the ceiling and they had to stand on that exact spot.
Oh yeah, the other old guy.
What do you mean the other... oh yeah, the lawyer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Tucker's lawyer.
Yeah.
And then he also disappears for the entire rest of the game.
Yep.
You know, maybe in the PS2 Tucker's lawyer would have been interesting. But oh well. But, and then the actual Mortimer fight, I just don't... Like, man, should I have even been talking about boss fights? They just come and go.
Yeah, it's
It doesn't feel like any of them mean anything. Like, that Haku strong guy from Chapter 2 that kidnapped Noah is literally just turns out to be a random guy. It wasn't, like, I thought in the game that it was Shigaki that had been him, but no, it's literally just some random guy. And it's like, he's like, yeah, that guy's really strong. I heard he busted through a wall. And they're like, whoa, that guy's really strong. And it's like, so he just doesn't matter then?
Yeah.
So we had a boss fight with a random guy who doesn't matter and doesn't even get a name? Okay. And then, oh my god, who even else is there that gets a boss fight after Chapter 1? It's like... is the robot. The robot would be interesting in like a Lego game. Because that's literally all it is. You hit its back and then you mash attacks on him. Yeah. It's literally just a Lego boss. And then there's Mortimer after that. It's the Keith and other strong random guy fight in the pool. That's just not fun at all. Fighting more than one boss in this game is a complete chore because they never get passive if they have an opportunity to hit you. And, like, the iframes just makes everything just so not fun at all. And I'm pretty sure he's using the big axe moveset, so he's also still not fun at all. You got a thing, like, right here. It's still there. It's still going! But, the Mortimer is, like, the first significant feeling fight. Rodriguez happens in Chapter 3, like, twice. So he kind of gets devalued. Why do you even fight him outside of his cabin? You should have fought, like, him and a group of Haku outside the cabin. And again, there should have been a chase segment or some kind of gameplay. Lost Judgment still had chases and running in it. I don't understand why these people just refuse to use their gameplay. But yeah, you fight Rodriguez and he's just using the RPG moveset, but like with some extra moves, I think specifically in Heat is when he gets the extra moves. But whatever. That was a very cinematic yawn. Mortimer is like one of the first like actual boss feeling bosses in the whole game. And he starts out with that stupid fucking 2D section.
Yeah.
Why is that even in the game? It's not any fun. It is no fun at all doing that. All you do is you can't even like trade blows because they have the iframes and you don't. So if you attack and then they poke faster, then you just get knocked out and stun locked for a whole combo. I compared it to the Jaggy boss fight in Fist of the North Star, but even in that one, that was just for the one gimmick fight, and it was like silly and fun and like actually somewhat challenging. It's not just like hitting parry and attacking and hitting parry and attacking. You have to like actually feel out his moveset and find where there would be time to land attacks in between his. And like he shoots at you sometimes, and he'll like do empty attacks sometimes to like fake you out. It's like actually kind of fun. This was not. And even then, his actual moveset is just not fun. Because he's going for like a fencer type of thing, but that just means he does like really instant slashes. Yeah. That's like impossible to feel out his moveset without taking a bunch of damage in the process. The grenades that he throws, it's like impossible to get away from them. Their blast radius is so much bigger than the explosion effect. It's like... It's just not that fun to fight. Then he dies. And that's it for him, I guess. Yeah, he shoots him and they're like, oh, he's like, you, Mortimer, but you should never have tried to cut deals. Samoa Joe would have killed you if you... And they're just like letting that happen. Yeah. Masaru only gets him after he finishes his little talk. And he's like running at him, so I guess he was like all the way over here and it's like... He like Baywatched at him. Like that slow run.
Yeah. He walks closer. Oh no. Oh dear.
It's almost like I should make the video longer. Yeah. The knife cutscene happens, which again, I think I said it in the game too. Why should I care about that? Yeah. Why should I care about the one time Majima acts vaguely threatening in a game where he doesn't act like he could actually back up those words? I don't believe him when he says like, oh, I'll cut off all your fingers and toes, because he wouldn't do that. This is the one time in the whole series where I don't think Majima would do that. If it was Dead Souls, he would have done that and more. Which, again, I'm so glad that I caught that exact moment, because that's like his best moment in Dead Souls, and during that sub-story chain where you find like the dud zombie. Who's the guy he's talking to? It's not Nishida, is it?
Nah.
It's like some other guy in the family. He's like, sorry, boss, and he says like, you know, everybody gets one. You just used yours. Yeah. He's like, yes, sir. And it's like, I feel that. Majima meant that. When he said he got one chance and used it up, I believe him. And it's like, in this game, all he does is talk big. And again, this is where I finally figured out that all the game was doing was saying it's doing cool things and then not doing them. All the game does is say it's gonna do something and then backs out of it instantly. I tried to make that like a running theme in the chapter 1 video of just like the game saying it's gonna do something and then not doing it immediately after that. That it never stops. It never stops. The game is only doing that for the entire way from like Mortimer's death onward. Yeah. Were you gonna say something?
No.
I see. A giant squid fight. Is it the same? It's the same squid.
It has to.
It has to be the same squid. There's no way there's another squid. Why does Ichiban think it has to be another squid?
Ichiban thinks there is no
does
squid.
Does he think that he killed the squid?
I don't know.
No, because he said, I fought a giant squid. There's no way you also did that. It's like, it's the same island. He blew up an entrance in a cave. It's the same squid. There's no way it's a different squid and he fought it, so it has to be the same squid. Like, I don't understand that insistence on... whatever. Majima lost his memory by just getting his head bonked. Yeah. And that's like the big reveal is that like it's not even the squid that did it, he just fell down.
Yeah.
Cause like it's not like he seems traumatized by the squid, he's just like, dang, come to Hawaii, they said. Don't get eaten by a giant squid, they said. It's like he's clearly not like impacted by this. So it has to just be getting hit on the head that made him lose his memory. And that's the big reveal. That's what we've been waiting for. The whole game has been building up to Majima hit his head. And that's it.
Yeah.
So then chapter 5. Again, on the subject of doing nothing, that like Noah covering his eyes thing,
Yeah.
again, annoys me so much. Because I remember in the game, I was hoping, I was like, oh my god, something's about to happen. They're gonna double cross Tucker.
Yeah.
Like, Jason's gonna turn around and like knock his lights out or something. And like Masaru's gonna hold like a knife up to the other guy's throat. And I was like, holy shit, something is about to actually happen. We're gonna take the treasure for Noah and get the hell out of here. And then it was just like, surprise! It's the treasure that we knew was gonna be here.
Yeah.
Here it is. It's like, so why did we even do that?
Surprise!
Yay! Whoop-dee-doo!
No, it should have been like, I'm not a kid, Dad. I'm a man.
I'm a man now. Now that I've seen this treasure, I'm a man.
Here's my tiger. Raw.
We already talked earlier about how the Queen and Naomi get nothing
Yeah.
from that whole fight on the deck.
Then,
Their giant boat. And, the worst thing in any Yakuza game ever. Is that the stabbing? Shigaki?
I don't.
I think it is.
Maybe.
It's the him running at Noah and then Jason stops him. Like, Jason wouldn't do that.
No.
I mean, he might have done that. He probably would have done that just because he's so self-destructive. Like, that he would just let himself get beat up for his family. He would do that, but, like, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Shouldn't get praised for it, and he just gets praised for it because he's a good dad. And it's like,
I wasn't gonna hurt him.
I was just gonna be scary and grab him. You were running and screaming at him. Unless you were literally going to stop an inch from his face and go, ooh, I gotcha! It's like, he has to be lying, but I don't think he is. Because that's the thing that I would call out as lying in any other game, but I don't even think a character in this game is capable of lying. Because that would take some self-awareness from the writers that I also don't think exists. So yeah, again, Shigaki is also such wasted potential because this is, again, a consequence of RGG's need, as of recent, to sanitize all of their villains. Because we can't risk a single villain actually being a bad person unless they're like Dwight. Who Dwight had to leave because it's Danny Trejo and he's got his contract. So I guess they were fine with just making him like a ruthless scoundrel.
Yeah.
But like Wong To, he was completely like whatever because he had his son and he was whatever. Yamai, the whole thing with him, and he's just like a incel or whatever.
Wasn't that his mom though?
Yamai's mom?
With the thing with Yamai, the woman.
That wasn't his mom. That was his like love interest.
Oh, I thought that was.
That
his
was the
mom.
boss's wife.
Oh.
He loved her, and then she like betrayed him because she was a bad person or something.
Oh.
No, it wasn't his
I thought
mom.
it was his mom.
No. Why did you think that was his mom? I wanted to fuck her so bad.
I guess because
Man,
she
Yamai, I
was.
hope your mom's okay.
I think because she was an old woman, I forgot he likes old women.
He's also old.
That too.
He's like
No one looks old unless they're like dying.
Kiryu.
Old. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Majima doesn't look old at all.
No, he's 60 years old.
He's 60 years old and he still looks 40.
Yeah.
20 the new 30, but you still 30.
You stink.
But
Then
what were Oh yeah, Shigaki is just like a sanitized, we need him to still be a good guy so the people will still like him.
Yeah.
I don't like Goody Two-Shoes villains. I'm fine with Goody Two-Shoes heroes because I like when people are just nice and decent, like Shinada. I like my villains to just be pieces of garbage. That's like my favorite kind. That's why I love the PS2 villains so much. They're just giant pieces of shit.
Yeah.
That's why I like Tamashiro so much. He's just like the whole genre is just like the evilest fucker of all time is what I like to call him. It's like Tamashiro, Katsuragi, Arase kind of falls under that same genre. The PS3 games used to be so good. It's Saito, the prison guard.
Oh, yeah.
I love guys like that. Just absolute jobbers who are just the evilest dirtbags ever. And the only reason Kugihara isn't in that is because he's so try-hard. Is the fact that he looks so evil and also is that gross. Like, he kind of... And he doesn't do anything. All he does is get his arm squished. And that was cool. And Saitama, like, crippled that guy for life.
Yeah.
Saitama used to be able to, like, do ruthless things, too. Not in this game, though.
No.
He should have killed that cat.
He did.
I wish he should have. But yeah, Majima gets taken hostage. Again, we have this opportunity to do like a Yakuza 0 type of thing, a Yakuza 4 type of thing, but they just don't. It's just like this fan service, I guess, of just him being beaten up and that and all that.
Yeah, the queen also dies.
The queen dies. I don't care about that.
It's like, it's like, sorry, Queen Michelle, but
I can't give credit.
come back when you're a little
richer. Is it Naomi? Come back when you're rich.
Come back with rich.
Beep. We never see her body.
No.
She's alive.
She's gonna be the bartender.
She will be the bartender in the next game, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
It'll be like a hostess bar.
Yeah.
And she'll be the new Mama at Earth Angel.
We call the bar explosion.
The bar explosion.
I called my bar the bar explosion.
Oh, like survive bar, revolve bar. It'll be explosion bar.
He should have called.
Should have called it
Richardson
fall
should
bar.
have called it fall bar.
Yeah.
No way! I called my bar fall off bar.
It's because I fell off
I
the
fell
roof.
off a building.
But then I was okay.
I landed
Thankfully,
on the guy
I landed
who dragged
on
me
someone.
up.
That's why Mine died and he lived. He saved
Should
him.
have seen like a flashback of him like landing on Mine and like his head like.
Yeah, it's like a ketchup bottle.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But no payoff for the amnesia. Yeah, we don't get like this big memory recall scene of like, oh, I remember everything. It's like he just keeps lying about it.
Yeah. It's like, much about that thing you called me earlier.
You slipped up and I know you're lying. It's like,
You
yeah.
said
I just want to keep
Kyodai.
helping Noah, my favorite guy ever.
They keep switching up the thing. Like
The Kyodai
called
thing?
Kyodai and bro.
Yeah.
Brother.
You called me bro earlier.
No, I called you Kyodai earlier. What's wrong with you?
That's even better.
Oh.
But
What do you do with Kyodai?
I'm not on the beach. This is a pirate ship.
On the beach.
Death Stranding.
Oh, 64. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Again, final boss, Raymond Law. I've never seen such a pathetic like pre-boss build-up conversation in this series before. They're literally like both searching for a reason why he's the final boss. like it's not on the same level of Aizawa because I can tell they're writing it trying to be like self-reference funny humor. But what have I done to you personally has got to be one of the most pathetic things I've ever heard a villain say in this entire series. You remember that?
Yeah.
It's like, because like again, I can tell it's RGG trying to be funny, but he's still right.
Yeah.
Majima has no reason to be as upset with him as he is. He's like a shitty version of Iwame. It's like, and he becomes whale poop, and he's immortal now. He's also gonna be alive.
Yeah.
He's like a Farquaad.
Yeah.
Just staying alive! Staying alive! I wish we'd have mentioned that in the Let's Play. He could have showed up at the dance party! Ending! That would have been that would have actually been funny if he showed up and he was like made of whale rocks.
Yeah. Staying alive. Staying alive.
But epilogue, Jason lives moments, literally like straight out of that one TikTok. That's like, I'm sorry, sir. Your mother's no longer. I'm afraid your mother's no longer with us. He's like, oh no. She's like, I'm here, son. It's because she's out of the hospital now. You know what I'm talking about? I'm afraid she's not here anymore. That's like, literally, that's the shit they did. And him's like, oh, he's dead. Bring in the body. I'm fine. So why did he do that? Did Jason tell him to do that?
I don't know.
I want you to fucking traumatize my my son and daughter. I want you to get my soldering iron so I can fix a cell phone.
Weekend at Jason's.
Literally, that would have been fun. That would have been so funny if they like weekend at Jason's.
Hey everyone, it's me, Jason.
I'm okay. They'll be like sunglasses on him.
Oh, Jason, let's give me a big handshake. Oh, buddy.
Give me 5, man.
Noah's like, something's not right. What are you trying to pull? And Masu's like, nothing.
So he's holding his arm and that's
just rips his arm off.
They just cut his arm off for no reason.
Nothing.
Hi, I'm Jason.
To infinity and beyond.
Why would he say that? Jason doesn't say that.
I'm behind the door.
Yeah, I'm right here, guys. They're all. It's not like they're far away. They're standing right there.
You can see the edges of his
You can
arm.
see that Masuru's like doing that.
To infinity and beyond.
Hey, look, it's my dad. But Ichiban,
Yeah.
why was he there? Is that meant to be like if you have him as DLC? It's like there's continuity because he finally shows up and he's a part of everything. Speaking of, why was Clark like always there? I swear, like for the Shigaki fight on Rich Island or on Nele Island, and like for some other fights, I know he rocks up. He's part of like the slow walking scene.
Yeah.
Why is Clark treated as though he's a main character?
Because he helped us.
He didn't though. How did he help?
He-
I know he like helped fix the ship.
Yeah.
And then we kept him on, but like, is that enough?
Yes.
He's like treated with the exact same level of importance as Minami and Nishida in the main story.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't understand. Like, why is he there? Is he someone else's face? Is he another actor that they got?
I don't know.
The dance party. Is there even anything to say about the dance party ending? Emoji movie.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That would have been bad if it was like 10 minutes long. But I don't think they could afford that. Don't put that so close to the mic, please. As long as you're not reaching into it, that's fine. But, it's like... It's cringe.
Yeah.
It's cringe, specifically because it's like a big company doing it.
Yeah.
Like, if that was like...
the worst kind of cringe.
It is! It's like corporate cringe. It literally feels like they're making something 30 years out of date. Or 20 years, maybe.
Yeah.
If we're being generous. Because, like, even, like, Shrek and the Swamp karaoke dance party type of shit. Like, at least that was... funny?
Yeah.
Was it?
I guess.
Wasn't? That was a bonus feature, I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. That wasn't even part of the movie.
So you could have not even known it even existed.
Yeah, if you don't have the DVD, if you just had the VHS, you wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Unless it plays after credits on the VHS. I could believe that.
Yeah.
It's like a bonus feature. Now featuring Shrek and the Swamp karaoke dance party. Don't go changing to try and please me.
You never let me down before.
And Noah's like, I made it through the wilderness.
Girl was like,
Shut up! I don't like this anymore. I don't like this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. What comes next? Oh yeah, the emotional bait ending cutscene. Of like, man, Kiryu should have lived a hard life. Anyway, let's keep smoking and die of cancer.
We could have gotten that eternal life elixir.
The eternal life! Oh my god! Again, there's nothing else I can even say about it, but like, eternal life is just real?
Yeah.
Are they gonna do anything with it?
No.
Okay.
What does to be continued mean?
They haven't ended like that usually, right? Isn't it just Finn?
I'd say the only other time they did that was with Gaiden, but with that was like because Infinite Wealth was already on the way.
Yeah, because it ended on like a prelude to that.
Let's say it showed like Kiryu like with his new haircut in Hawaii, and it's like we already know Infinite Wealth is happening and is coming soon, so like we know obviously he's gonna like continue on to that.
What did Infinite Wealth end on? To be continued?
No.
What was it, Finn? Or just the end?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my god, what does to be continued mean? Kiryu in a jar. It has to be Kiryu's head in a jar. I need to see that before this series ends. I need to see Kiryu's head in a jar. Like Lollipop Chainsaw. Like attached to Ichiban's belt.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Kiryu, I'll help you. It's like, whoa, be careful.
You put Kazuma Kiryu in the Sears program?
You put Kazuma Kiryu's head in a jar?
Froze his body and put him under the Tojo clan.
Under?
Yeah, like
the
Disney.
building burned down, though.
Oh.
Ebina burned it down.
Oh, yeah. Let's hope no one finds him.
Oh, no.
Hey,
Why would they freeze his body and cut his head off?
Funny.
That's how they reveal it.
It's like that scene in It, the TV series. All right, let's see who's here.
Oh wait, I was thinking of the wrong thing.
Ichiban.
With Stan's head in the fridge.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the movie Society.
Oh.
It was like at the end of the movie, there's like a bunch of flesh fuckers, and like the dad's head comes out of his own butt. And he was like, "Well, son." He's like, "Well, son, I guess you were right. I am a butthead." And that's what Kiryu's gonna do in Yakuza 9.
Hey Namba, how's your sex life? What's your sex life?
What's your smoke?
What's her stomach?
That's
what he needs to say.
What is that from?
What?
The sex life thing.
That's one of the things Stan said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds like...
Richie.
Anyway, how is your sex life? That's what he said, right? In the room?
Yeah. Anyway, how is your sex life?
Yeah. I know.
That's how it comes.
Goats reference goats, you know?
Yeah.
What is your sex life?
Oh, Kazuma Kiryu, that's me. You're my favorite customer. Thanks. Here you go. Hi, doggy.
Bye.
My favorite customer.
He says it twice. But, yeah. Here we go. We're approaching the final sections here.
My God.
Number 9. Was it actually good? I've just got some little things here that I've heard people praise about the game that I want to consider for a bit. Majima's Amnesia. I've heard it praised as like it actually makes for a decent character exploration of him, getting to see him, and it's like, no, it's not. I can't.
It could have been.
It could have been, but it's not. And like I swear to God, I've seen this praise somewhere. I don't want to just invent straw men to get mad at, but I cannot understand like praising what we have. Again, the idea could have worked.
I'd say it goes no further than like him saying like, you know, not having my memories. It was kind of
makes me
relieving in the
dance.
Makes me want to sing.
Literally, that's what it's like.
But like it went no further than that because he's just acts like a goofball the rest of the time.
Yeah,
like how
he
usually does.
Just Majima. He just doesn't remember
Majima,
that he is Majima.
Minus the name.
Yeah. A Majima by any other name is still as funny.
Amnesia.
I mean, what's in a...
Amnesia 2 in Majima.
Amnesia 2? Holy shit.
If anyone's bringing it back, it's you.
You know it is. And they literally like spat in the sink yesterday. She was like, and I was like, Now that takes me back.
It's like,
I think I literally said, like, nah, that's a name I haven't heard in years.
Should have just gone up to her and just been like,
Like Halo bathroom shit.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, Noah's parallels with Majima in Zero. Of, like, the person who's, like, trapped in a spot and, like, wants to go and see the world.
I have the whole world to see.
Especially France. I want to see those Frenchies sing and dance. I want to go to Memphis. That's where MLK got killed. I love you, Hobo Johnson. But,
Elbow Johnson?
Hobo Johnson.
Oh.
The guy from the video.
Yeah.
I still can't believe I put in a Hobo Johnson trigger warning and not, like, a talking about domestic abuse trigger warning.
Pretty tasteless stuff.
I forgot. That wasn't even meant to be, like, the joke of it. I genuinely forgot to put that in. So I hope no one was upset by that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I want to see the world before I die. Anyway, there is a parallel insofar as Noah is in a spot and wants to leave.
Yeah.
And then he does. And then from that point on, they have nothing else in common with each other.
Yeah, it's like, he's just a kid.
Again, this is a praise that only goes so far as chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like the whole story. That's like basically it.
Mm-hmm.
Majima helps him off the island.
It's like a kind of thing, like, for, like, Xbox achievements, when, like, you get one for, like, just, like, mandatory completing
like, starting
chapters
the
of the
game.
game.
Yeah.
And, like, it says, like, you and, like, 75% of players got this achievement, and just, like, who are the people that didn't get that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
It's
did
like,
they
how...
just, like,
is there any possibility that we don't do this? And it's, like, the first thing we do.
to say, like, just play 5 seconds and then just never play it again?
Yeah. There's, like, the Simpsons game. There's an achievement for, like, hitting start to start the game from the main menu.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people don't have that one.
I'm not doing that.
Mm-mm. But, it's like, yeah, that praise doesn't extend past chapter 1. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You look like you're, like... you look, like, depressed. But, like... that praise, again, doesn't extend past chapter 1 because there are no deeper underlying similarities between them. And on that note, Majima being a father figure... Majima doesn't deserve to be a father figure.
No.
He lost that chance when he hit his 18-year-old wife for getting an abortion.
Yeah.
Which, like, you can talk the politics of how much of a role the man in the relationship has in the wife getting an abortion. I'd be willing to discuss that. That's not how you handle it. That's not the route that you take. Impregnating her, slapping her, and divorcing her is not the route that you take. And, like... I don't want to know what kind of dad Majima would be, because if that's the kind of person that he is in this game, if he's that guy with his memory gone, I don't want to know how he acts around kids. And the game obviously doesn't do anything with it, because he just treats Noah like a person instead of a child.
Yeah.
Except for when he does, but like... And I guess there's something to be said for not treating him like a child, but it's like he doesn't even... It's not that he treats him like an adult as opposed to a child. He just treats him like a character in a story. Like, Noah's being a child is rarely ever relevant to his existence. It just makes him easier to kidnap.
Yeah.
And easier to ignore. And it's like... I don't want Majima to be a good father figure, also. I want him to be a raving lunatic. I want him to be interesting.
Yeah.
Making Majima into, like, this role model type of character only serves to stifle his characteristics that make him interesting. But, yeah. And then, at the end of all of that, we have the PS2 character writing, which I've heard brought up. And I just wanted to say that I would treat PS2 character writing as a positive for, like, the Keith types of characters, because Hayashi is cool. Arase is cool. I don't even know what types of... I mean, I guess there was, like, that info guy in Yakuza 2. Yeah. With the knife, the old dude. He was, like, okay, I guess. Not very interesting. Certainly not a Hayashi. But that's, I guess, the comparison that people will give is to, like, Hayashi. Because, like, he shows up again and you fight him and, like, what for? Because the first thing is that there's no character like Keith in Yakuza 1 and 2. There's no character who just keeps popping up and you have to keep fighting.
Yeah.
Because that would get boring and old really fast. And they knew not to do that. If you want to talk about them on the levels of just being a jobber, like, there have been jobbers throughout this entire series. It's not a PS2 exclusive thing. There's not a point of comparison you can make there. Like, of course, there are jobbers in the PS2, but also that's just because Kiryu was more of a punk back then. He fought people who were on his level. But you immediately go into Yakuza 2 and suddenly it's like, you know, the 16-bit Noshino brothers or whatever, or like other like little gang people types in those games. He took on entire gangs in Yakuza 1 and 2, you know? Like the Shiraki from the White Edge, the Akai brothers from the Bloody Eye, the blue guy, I don't remember his name. But like, those guys, I guess that would be the best point of comparison, would be like a gang leader type of role for Keith and Jack. But it's like, again, you only fight those guys once, because they don't overstay their welcome. I don't know who in their right mind would want to fight Shiraki from the White Edge 6 times over the course of the game. Because that's the thing, most jobbers from this series don't come up that much. Kanai would probably be a good comparison for Keith. But even then, at least with Kanai, they were trying to do something. They're not trying to do anything with Keith. They're just like, oh, it's Keith, it's funny. Who was this guy? Majima, that's Keith. Remember? It's like, yes, I remember.
I have amnesia.
I'm not going to forget this guy that I fought before. It's like, I don't forget things the instant they're not on screen. That's how they act.
Yeah.
Because, like, even when Keith shows back up in Chapter 2, Majima was like, who are you? And I was like, Majima, that's Keith. And it's like, I just fought him.
Yeah.
I just fought him, like, an hour or maybe 2 hours ago. I remember Keith. And it's not like you could get lost, like, exploring the islands or something in that time, because you haven't unlocked any of the treasure islands yet. Or not many of them, at least. It's just like, I don't know. I literally cannot see the point of comparison calling Keith, like, PS2 character writing. There is no basis for it. It is just an insult to the PS2 games, and they are not even that bad.
I say, is it literally just like they're? What does that even mean? Like, just,
I don't know. I guess it's like comparing like how Hayashi, you just fight him again in Yakuza 2. It's like, yeah, there was more than just fighting him again. It's like a character development moment for him.
yeah.
It's like, because you find out that he, like, follows the strongest guy in the room. That's why he has, like, a modicum of respect for Kiryu. That's why he let him answer his phone in the first game. That's why he fought him alone in the second game instead of just ganging up on him with all his other guys. It's like, because he respects his strength, and that's, like, what he does. Hayashi is, like, a measure of Kiryu's strength. And it's like, that's like a thing. Keith is not anything.
Yeah.
It's like, I genuinely do not get it.